Hi, hello, and welcome to Quantum Healing Hands Tarot. So today I am doing a collaboration with the amazing Malasverse one more time. I really enjoyed the one we did last time, and so this time we're doing what is clouding your mind and how to clear the fog. So I'm going to be doing the second part. So if you haven't already gone over to her channel, and checked it out, go do that. But yeah, otherwise, let's get into it. So I like to start with 3 deep breaths. All right, so now that we're nice and relaxed, we can look at our piles. I have 3 today. In the first pile, I have this adorable little fairy. In the second pile, I have a golden owl. And in the third pile, I have friendship bear. So those are the 3 piles. Go ahead and just go with your intuition. But if that's hard for you, what I do is I close my eyes and I ask my intuition which pile to select. And very commonly I'll see a number in my mind's eye as if I was like staring at a light. And then I close my eyes. So that's how I do it. I always say just go with what your gut is telling you. So once you do that, you can click the chapter or the description, the timestamp down in the description box, and I'll meet you there. Hi, pile 1. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really excited for this collaboration reading. The last one was, what was the last one? What was sour that is turning sweet? And that one was fabulous. So we are doing what is clouding your mind and how to clear the fog. So I'm here to tell you all about how to clear the fog. So you chose the adorable, it still has the fabric from my jacket it was on. It's like a little elf, but with wings. So I think that's a fairy, basically, right? So I'm gonna go over here on the flowers. All right, let's get started. So the first cards, I have my clarification cards, my oracle cards, about what is clouding your mind right now. All right, so I wanted to just kind of get a general idea of what could be clouding your mind. And I was kind of shocked at how much came up about, basically I'm seeing that there is a guy that is distracting you. There is some sort of, and if it's not like a person, because it could be a female, but if it's not that, it's something that you have wanted. And so I think this thing has had a sort of spell over you for a really long time. Like this idea of the way you want to live life, this idea of the kind of environment you want to live in. And I think you've been kind of entranced in this idea for so long. But something hasn't been working out with this person, whether it's your past, and this is kind of the line from the song that I chose was, I wish you were my boyfriend. So it's like, whoever you have been desiring to create this life with, whatever life you've been desiring to create, I see has been heartbreaking for you, because you are so like, please just please me. There's this like really strong desire for like, I want it now, like ravenous. So whatever you've been wanting, you've been obsessed over. And it could cloud your mind when you're trying to figure out whether somebody or something is good for you. The nice girl song, he says he wants a nice girl, but I'm the fuck up your life girl, which is kind of the Queen of Swords to me. Usually like Queen of Swords reversed is like the like cold-hearted one. So that I don't actually see you as cold-hearted. I see you as just very decisive. Is that the right word? Making decisions. Like you know what you want. You know who you want. You know what you want. But what's interesting is this ghost card in the Four of Cups. Like, something is boring you. You're kind of just ready to move on. Something's not been working. So this thing that you've been obsessed over, this thing that has had this spell over you for so long, kind of is losing its hold on you. Like I never really knew what the melting face would be in relevance when doing a reading, but the way I'm seeing that is like, things are just falling apart. Things are not looking as legit as they did before. I think you're seeing something has kind of had a different hold on you than what you need. So this is just creating a whole foggy mess. And so I'm here to help you on how to clear the fog. So I just wanted to lay down those general cards. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at what is clouding your mind. Or sorry, how to clear the fog. That's what this one is. Okay. I think it says it kind of clear again. Like the devil here, the Four of Wands. Like, the way to overcome this is restructuring your way of thinking, your kind of setup. I think your home environment. I think really taking that step back and seeing what has been going on, what has been working out for you, what hasn't been working out for you. Because I have a feeling whatever this is that you've been going after, it's starting to just feel like an addiction. It's just starting to feel like an obsession and not actually something that's been beneficial to you. And so I think you're just seeing that. I think you're kind of bored with everything. You've been trying all these different options, whether it is a person or like, because if this, let's just say, go with the obvious, like this is about a person. If this is about a person, I'm seeing that it's somebody who has just, like, literally it could be like somebody you work with and you are just so entranced with them. Every time you see them, it's like a spell has come over you and you are so pulled into them. You have fantasized about them. You have really wanted this to be somebody you were with, and maybe you did go out, maybe you did try to sleep together, and because this is kind of just about unsatisfactory sex, unsatisfactory relationships, and that's what that could be, is that you're just kind of fed up with the relationships. Like, I don't blame you. That is a huge aspect of life, if you've been trying to find a love and trying to find a stable home, like, it can be exhausting. I don't even know what it's like dating in 2023. I've been with my wife for like 13 years narrowly now, and it's I like, literally, we got together before like Tinder existed. So um I can't imagine what it's like trying to date now. So if this is not you about the dating, and this is something that has had an obsession, you've been so entranced by it, and it's something that I think you finally realized you're actually, it's like kind of when you take a step back and actually like play the tape through of like, would you be happy actually going after that if you actually got everything you ever wanted? Like, that's a huge exercise you can do, is sit down and write out things like, write down what you think you're wanting to go after, and kind of play the tape through. What does that look like for you? Because that's helped me a lot. If I can't play the tape through, if I don't know how I want it to kind of look, I kind of have to ask myself where the intention was coming from. So the next card is what are challenges ahead. Rebuilding a new structure, a new home, rebuilding your life is never easy. Rebuilding new goals. Like, you could really get caught up in the nostalgia of how things worked in the past. And it's kind of vital to know, like, things in the past worked that way because of the way things were then. Things are changing. Life is changing. Everything's changing. And I think that may be a huge challenge for you. Like, the Emperor is kind of a stubborn card because it's so structured. It's so stable. It's reliable. But at the same time, like, I don't want you to get caught up in also, if things didn't work out, you being like, well, there's just no hope. Like, and that's ridiculous. I think this is kind of more just saying the challenge is going to be you being able to embrace the new the new strengths, everything that you not trying, like, the challenge is going to be not going back on the decisions you've made. Like, keep moving forward. Don't, look over your shoulder and be like, oh, did I do something wrong? Should I not have, broke it off with that person? Should I not have quit that job? It's like, you can't what if yourself for the rest of your life. It's just not going to be helpful. It's not. Just believe in yourself and the decisions you made, and kind of know what got you to where you got to. All right. How will this improve your life? I think once the fog has cleared on making the wrong decision, like, I just saw this saying of just how when you're afraid to make the right or wrong decision, that is you feeling like the universe is going to punish you for one of your choices, and that's not true. The universe is going to support you in whichever choice you make. So once this fog has kind of cleared, once you've kind of just taken that step back and looked at all your actions and how it's affected your just day-to-day life. Like, I really see that it's like when you trust your intuition and you see that that intuition actually took you on a path of like higher vibration. That's a good way to put it. There's no right and wrong path, but there is like higher vibrational paths. And I think you're just learning how to move on from things. I think you're gonna, this definitely could be a relationship for sure. But your entire love life is going to improve, and the way you're able to give of yourself is going to improve, because I think it's just being self-aware. It's just asking yourself, like, what actually did I want from this relationship? What actually did I want from this job or this career or money or whatever thing you were trying to obtain? I feel like it's just being self-aware, and that is something you're coming into for sure. For sure. I can see that you may still fall back on patterns. Like, you may still fall for the same person. You still may fall for the same sort of money scheme, job sort of thing every once in a while, but you're smarter this time. You've learned. You're not going to make like really ridiculous mistakes. Do you know what I mean? I really see here that you have awareness. Once the fog is clearing, which was the, Devil reverse and Four of Wands, like, just kind of restructuring your home, restructuring your the way you work about things with your family, with your routines, with, your day-to-day life. What were you obsessed over? What could you, change your way of thinking? Because you're going to transform. Like, when you start going through your challenging times, that's when things are about to change. If things are going good, that means that's where you're at for a while, but challenges mean changes. So, all right. I do have some cards for advice. There's a lot about equality here in your relationships. And so if you were taking too much power in your relationship, it's important to give. If you were giving too much in your relationship, it's important to take more often. Not steal, but, take what love is being offered. Because you've worked hard for love. If you're giving and it's not being given back, then let them go. Let that go. If a door that you keep knocking on isn't opening, there's a reason. This is kind of backing up the just the story of things are ending and how it's powerful when you're able to kind of change and move on. Like, it's not just because you figured out how you want to live life doesn't mean you're better than am I better than everybody else? It's like, no. But I love all the like pink, like the colors are just really great in this pile. But I think it's important to always kind of like, this one's kind of saying, like, don't fear somebody you don't know. I feel like maybe this is kind of saying, if somebody new comes in, if there's a new job coming in, if there's something that you're feeling very apprehensive about, it's kind of saying, like, sometimes we don't always make the correct, not even correct judgments, but sometimes the first impressions of things aren't even correct. So just don't write off something so quickly, some new experience that's coming in. That's one bit of advice. And so with the Valkyries, this is just tapping into kind of the entire clear, oh, she matches. It's tapping into that clear energy of once the fog has cleared and once the skies have, you can see the sunlight, like this is just saying like, you're going to make it through what fog you're feeling right now. Like that, I promise you that clear day will come and you will feel like you can overcome all this crap that you went through. There are new experiences coming in. Yeah, you have a message coming in. This is your future card. And this is saying like you have success. You have everything you have been wanting and trying to obtain in every opportunity. But this time it's saying, just trust that this wild experience you've been in has only been to teach you to let go of other expectations. All that matters is that you are living your life and being true to yourself. Because your instinct knows, your intuition knows when someone is not treating you right, when you're not in the right environment. And I'm just really, really encouraging you to recognize when you're not being respected. Recognize and don't let that past crap hold you back from new experiences. Because you want love, you want success, you want all those things. However, we sometimes have to move on from painful experiences. And that brings me to our quantum healing code. So I have a pretty good one. So this is a quantum healing code. If you don't know what they are, they work like the placebo effect. If you believe in it, they work. This one is to officially mark you putting your worst nightmare behind you. This might take some action on your part. Work with spirit to help you resolve what is left of the issue, and be sure to take the steps needed to get it complete. So I feel like, and so the quantum healing codes tap into the way that our universe is basically based in numbers and math and code and all that stuff. So when you write down this quantum healing code, it's 3 numbers long, and the spaces are very important. When you write down this code, it activates this part of life. And this is a very powerful one. This one worked so well for me. And so I just want you to kind of help you make this, the worst is behind you. Have you ever heard that you haven't experienced all of your best days yet? I believe it. So I think this is a great one for you. I absolutely love this code. I think it's a fabulous one for you. So yeah, you're really, really, really going to be able to just provide such a much more genuine form of yourself, because you aren't going to be accepting crap. You're kind of done with the crap you've been dealing with. And you have such a beautiful, beautiful love coming in. Such a beautiful experience of life. Such a beautiful, like a refreshing new you. Like somebody who just wakes up one day and like, oh, if I haven't said it already, I think this is my bad bitch pile. I always have one, and I'm really feeling it's you. Because this is a like, you're done. You're done being made to feel like crap. And so like, yeah, you're gonna face those challenges of like, old habits coming back up, and like old ways of thinking, and like, you know, you may start implementing a new habit, like a way to avoid like unhealthy relationships, or but sometimes just our old patterns come back up. And so it's just, all you can do is, one, stay positive, and just be aware of what your triggering points are. What are the things that make you stop doing those healthy habits? Is it something like you just get bored? Because I mean, I have ADHD like none other, and if there's like not an exciting aspect to doing it, it's really hard for me to do it. So music is my go-to. I absolutely love music. I'm hoping that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys with my oracle cards, is like, I love music. Music is my answer to so many things. And so I just think you have a beautiful restructuring coming in. And I believe in you. You have a magical spirit that I think you are aware of, but I think you can lean on it a little bit more. Just know you are like all of these women, even Trixie, all of these women are such strong women. Both Ashnico here, of course, Aquafina, Prom Queen, and Trixie Mattel. Like, these are 4 extremely strong women. And so I just think it's kind of coming into your own energy of bad bitchery, and I think you have it. I think you have everything you need. I'm so excited for you, and the fog is clearing now. You know, I'm really excited for you to check out Mala's reading. It's all about where you're at with, you know, what's fogging your mind. This was kind of just a general overlook. She has that intuition. She has that beautiful energy that I know is going to read and click with you. So let me know how the 2 piles work out. And that's where I'm going to end this today, pile 1. So thank you so much for being here today. You have such an amazing, strong energy, and I'm so excited that I got to read it today. The fog is clearing, and I'm just so proud of you, because what you're doing is not easy. Okay? So I stand behind you 100%. Thank you for being here. I hope you found something that resonated. And if you did, I would love for you to give it a little thumbs up. And if you loved it, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my channel. It's been an absolute honor every single day that I get new subscribers and comments. It's just been super wonderful. So thank you guys for being here, and I hope to see you in future readings. Have a great day. Hi, pile 2. Thank you so much for joining me today. Wow, I am obviously extra musical today and really excited to help you clear the fog. What is fog in your brain, and how do we get rid of it? So if you haven't already checked out Malasverse, she did the first part on what is fogging your mind. And so, I didn't note, but I do feel like it's important to note. We are doing this reading with acknowledgement that September is Suicide Awareness Month. And so that's kind of where the theme of what's fogging your mind. And so I thought that was extra important for you to hear too. So let's go ahead and get started. You got the golden owl, which is just so chic. I love this. It's my grandmother's, who is always with me. So, all right. So the first cards is, I did pull cards on what is clouding your mind, so that I can go into further about it, but these are just going to kind of be the oracle cards. And so let's go ahead. So what is fogging your mind? As a whole, I'm just kind of seeing this as like, it's kind of a mind frame. There's just a big mind frame set that I think is fogging your mind. Like the first card is meditation lady. Her name's Roberta Shapiro, but so the quote that I got from this meditation was, the new you who is in control of your mind and thoughts, who instantly rejects the old ways of dealing with worry. And with the nostalgia card, 6 of Cups, like there's something in your past, whether, you know, could be with family. And I think this is kind of you wanting to find a new way to deal with crap, find a new way of dealing with worry, finding a new way to relax. And meditation and therapy is fantastic for that. So what's funny about the 9 of Cups here, is that even, yeah, the 9 of Cups, I was seeing if it was upright, and it is. So the 9 of Cups here, and love myself, like I love you more than I love myself. Like this is a thought mentality. Like I think you have been putting your love in the wrong cups, truthfully. I think you have been wanting to be such a good person, so present and available, and you have had people holding all their cups out, and just you've been pouring into everybody's cup. And it's like, what about you? What about you? You need to take care of you. And you've been worrying about your family and everyone else, and kind of proving to them that you love them, like trying to show them, I love you, I love you, I love you. And it's like, sometimes you could give them everything they want and it's still not enough. Oh, look at that. So the four of Swords and my immortal, the amazing Evanescence. So that the quote, suppressed by all my childish fears, like literally this is pulling back to your family, your childhood. This is a pain that runs deep. This is something that you are really struggling to, like, how could you, if this is your family and the way you were raised, or some big significant thing that happened to you, those are always hard to move on from. Always. And it's kind of about finding how to rest, how to find the rest from the mental torture of, am I doing something wrong? Am I hurting other people? And it's like, no, you're being present for yourself, finally. But doing that is going to make you feel guilty, I'm sure. So the next card is a message from Spirit. The future is bright, even if it doesn't seem right. So, and with the 2 of Wands, like literally future planning, you've probably had a lot of fear about moving forward. a lot of fear about envisioning something different, moving on, kind of setting your eyes on new destinations, like looking out and looking at new horizons. Thank you. Um, there's just a lot about needing to move on and needing to give yourself this love and attention that you've been giving everyone else. So this card, the quote from that song is, instead of fixing my problems, I just run away. And so with the Four of Wands, that I think has been a tactic you've probably used for a long time, of just like, oh, I'm just going to run away from this problem. And it's like, you can't just run away and hope that, because those same habits, those same ways of thinking you're going to build your next home exactly the same. If you don't find out what you did wrong in season 1, season 2 is going to suck just as bad. Do you know what I mean? You have to pay attention to what is working and what's not working. And you can't just shrug your shoulders and be like, it's fine, whatever. I'm just going to live in Delulu land. Like, we need some reality. We do. And a lot of those times the reality is found in the place you're most afraid to look, in the place you're most afraid to exist in, because it hurts. You've been giving so much of yourself that you've been afraid to plan your future. You've been afraid to move forward. And it's fogging the mind. Because I feel like you are somebody who, like, if what I'm saying is triggering you, then even more so, this is where you're ready to clear the fog. So thankfully, I have answered that. All right, so the next cards are how to clear the fog. High Priestess reversed and Love upright. You just need to slow down. I feel like you're kind of trying to rush through this fog, and it's kind of saying, like, once you slow down, you'll notice where the fog is dissipating from. And I feel like you're kind of running in circles and you're getting lost. And this is just like, you gotta breathe, be balanced, trust your intuition. You have a choice to make right now of how to move forward, and it's going to kind of come from silence. This is just a beautiful moment of silence, of saying, like, just stay still, listen to your inner voice and what it was telling you. What is the message from Spirit? Have you been loving others more than yourself? Have you been just running away from your problems? There is a new you. There is a new you, a new season coming in. Like, that's the best. When you feel that coming, when you feel the whole new season with new characters, new plot lines. Like, you have to, if you want that change, hone into it, because there has been something not working out with the family dynamic. I don't know which part of your family, where, but I do see that this is kind of you trying to move towards that new you. And it's kind of that harsh advice of, like, you just got to slow down right now. you'll get the answer in the silence. So, what are some challenges ahead, though? I think one of the hardest parts is going to be you being alone and kind of celebrating this success in silence and in that. Like, I think that'll be really weird for you. I think this next part of the journey is not going to involve all the people who you wanted to be your cheerleaders on the sideline, because truthfully they may not be supporting you. They may not be wanting to be your cheerleader. And so the hard part is going to be you're going to be succeeding, but I really feel like the people who made you feel bad aren't going to be there. And even though it's that weird thing of like, they didn't make you feel good, but that doesn't mean you didn't want your family to be a part of the successes. Because there's this divine intervention coming in, this beautiful change of abundance. And it's interesting. It's like forced money. Yeah, there's a really interesting dynamic here of like, I see you getting a bunch of money and it actually causing a separation in this family. And I think we all know that money causes major separation, because I don't know, people always feel entitled to everyone else's money, especially if you've been giving to everyone for so long. All of a sudden you have money and they're like, oh, now you're really going to hand it over. And it's like, no. You have a lot of successes ahead that you're going to be celebrating. And the challenge will be that they're not going to be with you. But they didn't make you feel good in the first place. So, what is next? How will your life improve? Well, your life is going to improve entirely. So yeah, you do have some money coming in. And I think what's going to really be hard for the other people is you don't want money for superficial reasons. And what's beautiful is by this fog clearing of kind of slowing down and just really reflecting on your choices and who you want around, you're going to find this depth and this beauty and this love, this quiet and stillness that is only going to come once you remove these a-holes from your life. Because if you're thinking like, who cares anyway? We're all gonna die. Like, that's not the way to live life. Bro, not at all. Not when you have such an abundant future. Like, it's really easy to sometimes believe, like, who am I to dream of having it all? Who am I to think that I'm gonna actually be wealthy and successful and all the dreams I've ever dreamed come true? And it's like, hey, it does happen for people. And you know who it happens for? People who believe it's going to happen for them. Like, oh, just the depth of understanding of yourself is because you're seeing who you are. Every bit of your life is going to change. You're going to have such an amazing perspective. Oh, I feel so happy for you. Like, you have real inner wisdom that I feel like people have tried to make you doubt and have made you really, because your inner wisdom always told you when you were being treated poorly. And I don't think, it's that thing of once you put up strong boundaries, like people get upset because they can't, those boundaries are affecting them in the way they treated you. So you have so much amazing success. Oh, I love that. 2, 1 and 1, 2. Sorry. Yeah, just balance. Such beautiful, beautiful, beautiful balance. What was that? Yeah, community is just so, you're gonna have, actually, it's that energy exchange of, actually, once you remove negative energy from your life, like people, all that's actually doing is opening up the door for good energy to come in. And I see that. I really see you getting what you deserve, the love you deserve, the respect you deserve. And I'm using that word for you. You don't have to be that person who is like, I don't suspect you walk around thinking I deserve happiness and life and wealth. And it's like, you do. You do. And everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves abundance. But you're earning it on your own. You're such a hard worker. You're super badass. This is like, you're gonna slow down and take a breather, kind of look around, observe what's been going on. I think the hardest part is that once you remove these people from your life, your day-to-day life, that's so funny. Got the 10 of Pentacles. Like, yeah, your life is going to improve greatly. So, I have some advice cards. So this is exactly what I was just saying about cycles. Like, this is saying, like, don't be afraid of things ending. Don't, because once one door closes, another one opens. I love that. Set your boundaries clearly and you will be protected. Wow. That is exactly what I was saying. 31. I love this because this is always coming in and just saying, like, don't waste time. Don't waste time. Life is short. And don't waste one day of having assholes in it, basically. Ooh, look at that. All the 3s. 13, 31, 3, 37. Dope. That's the dopest dope I've ever seen. So I love this card. This is always the, like, don't buy into the drama. You got a dramatic family behind you. Like you see that shield behind her? You have a complicated family behind you. I think you're just learning how to remove the thorn from your side. And whatever that thorn is, just remember, like, choose what makes you feel good. Choose what makes you vibe higher. And then the 9 worlds, just everything's connected. Beginnings and ends, good, evil, dark, light. Like, just know that everything is connected. So do what is best for you, because it will change the course of everything. When you make those choices that are good for you, you actually are changing your fate and creating your line to your truest destiny, your highest, like the best of best option. And that just comes from making those choices every day that are honest to you. Don't do what doesn't make you feel good. If you're sitting there like, I don't want to call my family, don't call your family. I'm harsh, I know, but you have to find your boundaries. If calling isn't good, then text message. If they're abusive, then that's a whole nother discussion. But everything's connected. All your choices are connected. So just know that once you remove the crap, once you remove those people who have just been like holding their cup out for you to pour yourself into, once you remove that, like, better energy is going to come in for sure. And don't waste any time. Truly. It's all just drama. Everyone has their side. There's, two sides in the truth, or whatever that saying is. Like, everyone has their own view on how things happen, so you can't control how people view you. So just do what feels right for you, and know it's going to impact your life very positively all over. I just hear the gold standard. Like, the way you treat people is right. The way you treat people is, if the world treated each other the way you do, everything would be so much more healed and balanced. So I think, don't ever stop loving people. Don't ever stop giving yourself genuinely. Just have discernment on who, when they're holding out their cup, if they're willing to pour anything into yours. If theirs is empty, then like, that's not how this works. So, okay. Oh, yay. I'm so glad I remembered. Quantum healing code. So I'm going to give you this quantum healing code because I feel like it's going to really, it'll work for a wider range of people. All right. So this is a quantum healing code. If you don't know what they are, they work like the placebo effect. If you believe in it, it works. This one is to make steps forward when there is hesitance as a habitual response, which is ingrained by society, to release from the grip of self-doubt. So the way quantum healing codes work is they're connected to the universe and how, like, basically it's made up of code and math. And so when you write this number down, it's 3 numbers, and so the spaces are very important. But when it's written down as one code, it activates that part of life. And so I just believe that there is a hesitance to move forward. Something is making you feel, societal expectation of family, understandable. But if your gut is telling you something, listen to it. That's all I'm going to say. I think that's where I'm going to leave it, pile 2. Thank you so much for being here. I absolutely just loved your energy. I really feel for you. You have a beautiful, caring soul. And unfortunately, there are some people in this world who will take advantage of that. So just lawyer up. I think there's something you need to move on from, and that code is going to be perfect for you. So I hope that works for you. Pile 2, if you like this message, I would love for you to give it a little thumbs up. And if you loved it, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my channel. It's been an absolute honor. Just, you guys have been supporting me and just, checking out my videos. I think this is like number 57 or something. So like, just, I got them all for you guys. I love reading. This has been just so fulfilling. So I hope to see you in future readings, and have a great day. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today's reading is my collaboration with Malasverse. She wanted to do something about, because September is Suicide Awareness Month, so I thought it would be a really good idea to do what's fogging our mind, and what's clouding your mind, and how to clear the fog. So if you haven't already checked out Mala's, go ahead and do that. I am doing how to clear the fog. So let's go ahead and get started. So you chose Friendship Bear. Super, super cute. All right, so the first cards are just my oracle cards about what is currently clouding your mind. And then, I'll go into more about it. So I'm just gonna start with the first one. The maybe memories. So the quote I have is, "Done denying the truth to anyone because I'm alive." Like, this is saying to me, like, there's kind of been like a structure that you have that you can't stand behind anymore. It's like there's a whole way of being that you just don't believe in, whether this is like a group of friends and you just don't like their mentality and way of thinking, or even your family or your job. But there's just something that there's an environment that you've been in that just isn't copacetic anymore, because you couldn't speak the truth, you couldn't be yourself. And I really feel like that would fog your brain if you aren't able to be your most authentic self and the truth. And what I'm seeing, like the Queen Herbie card, like, so after all, who says we can't have it all? And the Seven of Swords, like, I'm just seeing, like, yeah, you've just been in an environment that has been telling you, like, you can't succeed, you're not strong enough, you're not good enough. Who says that you can have it all? And it's like, you say you can have it all. And I think the Follow the Sun, the quote is, "Set your intentions and dream with care." And like, I think you have been kind of participating in something that just you're kind of bored with, you're kind of done with. It's just not taking you to where you want to. You're seeing that that way of thinking and living is just not going to take you to where you want to go. And yeah, you've been working way too hard at trying to support some thing, like I said, some sort of system, some person, because the quote from this song is, "Sorry, I seem a little bit upset." So, and it's kind of sarcastic, because it's kind of like, yeah, I'm upset for a reason. Sorry if I seem a little bit upset. So I just feel you've been in a really interesting environment. What's the next one? So the Anxiety, which is just a fantastic name for the group. It's, we caught a vibe, baby, are you coming for a ride? So like I'm seeing, like with the Queen of Pentacles there, like this is just that kind of like, yeah, like why did I like just saw like Regina George pulling up and like, come on bitch, get in, we're going shopping. Like it's just that, like it's just been a vibe, and I don't think it's your vibe. I don't think it's the vibe you want. It's just not a good one. It's bad vibes all day. And yeah, look. Wow. Okay, so yeah, it's the group of friends, it's the environment, it's the job. Today my ego's gassed up like Floyd. Like I think I just think you are kind of ready to fight for this new way of living. I think you just want to live in truth. I think you are done kind of hiding who you are and participating in these really crappy discussions and hangouts and work environment. Like you don't want to hurt other people. You're a very generous person. All right, so that is just the general what is clouding your mind. So let's go ahead and go how to clear the fog. All right. How to clear the fog. I think you know exactly who has been hurting you, harming you, what environment isn't good for you, and how to clear the fog is just walk away. It's about having that new perspective. And when the new perspective is that you finally feel secure in yourself and you know yourself, and even though people probably look at you like you're crazy and you're just hanging upside down and you don't know what you're doing with yourself, like they can't hurt you. I think this fogginess is just something that's gonna I don't think it's gonna be too hard for you to walk away from this. I really feel like you are a secure person, and whatever this environment is, whatever this crap is, of just like the things that hurt you before, I think you don't even care if people think you're crazy. Do you know what I mean? And what comes after the 8 of Cups, but the 9 of Cups, everything you've wanted. So I think you really understand yourself, and no matter what anyone can try and make you think, I think you know exactly who you are. But so I wanted to know, what are some challenges? It could be hard for you to accept that like I feel like what I'm seeing is, I said it would be easy to walk away, I guess, in terms of technicality of like you have another job or your other friends or like that. But what the challenge is the way I feel like you're going to doubt yourself. I feel like you don't want to feel defeated, feel like you gave up on something. And it's like, if you can just see that that's just a way of thinking, that's just, if you can get past that mindset, it will be extremely easy for you to move on from this. It will, but I think you just are worried that if you walk away from this environment, from these friends, from this job, does that mean you're quitting? Does that mean you're defeated? When it's like, it doesn't. You just have to accept that this is going to be an ending, and to trust it. Because there's been some sort of because like the Lover's reverse can literally mean like an affair. So it's like, wherever you're at, you're just not being respected. You're not being treated right. You're not being seen for the valuable person you are. And it's like, somebody hasn't been choosing you. And it's like, so if you walk away from that, you're not actually walking away from anything that was, worth it, because they suck. So I wanted to know how your life will improve. I feel like you met a lot of dead ends before. I feel like you've always kind of gotten to jobs where there was no room for promotion, or you got into relationships where there was no desire to grow. And it's kind of actually just changing new environments, like not getting wrapped up in this, like, oh, this always happens to me. Like, no, you're just going through the experiences that are helping you grow. And once you can start tuning into that higher vibration of possibility and your self-worth, just know that you have a truth inside of you that just because you followed it once and got to where you are now, or, not once, but like you followed your intuition and truth before and it got you to here, and you may not be happy with where you're at. And it's like that, if you're in a challenging time, that literally means your life is about to change. Challenge means change. And I think this next part is just about setting the intention, setting, like knowing what you want. This next part is just needing you to be clear on what you want. And I think you will be able to. I think the next relationship, the next job, this next environment that you enter into, it's going to be the complete opposite of what you've experienced. Oh, I love that follow the sun, and then the sun's reversed. I think there has just been a lot of dead ends and things haven't worked out the way you wanted to, and probably a lot of disappointment. And that's going to go away. It's going to improve your life, because all those times that happened to you, I really feel like you're going to know what are the right choices for you next. And I think that is where a struggle is trusting your gut. And when those bad people end up in your life, when the things that aren't good for you end up in your life, I think you're going to have better discernment. Because when we have when our minds aren't clear and there's fog, it's like there's a reason. There's something kind of blocking it. And here it's just saying that to get rid of the fog, it's just about moving on and knowing you know yourself, knowing you know you're secure and who you are. You're a good person. I repeat, you are a good person. And I think you've just been having people around you for so long telling you maybe you don't deserve good, or you don't like, or like you're being too greedy. And it's like, just find the person that matches your energy. Find the job that matches your energy, and you won't be meeting those same dead ends. All right, so let's look at the advice cards. So Odin here this is just kind of like talking about the elders and like previous information, or like knowledge from like previous experiences. And so that is what that one is saying to me, is that like you've gone through this before. You don't need to go through it again. You already know, you already have all the knowledge. You know exactly what you need to do. You know what you need to do. You're like, I don't know what I need to do. I hope you do. So the Well of Word is all about reminding you that you're powerful. Everything you do has magic behind it. And it's just saying like, just don't dwell in the past, because you have a really, really beautiful future ahead. And that all your actions are connected. So make those choices that are at higher vibration. And if that means leaving a job, leaving an environment, please do it. It will pay out and you'll see it. The word discernment for Freya. It's just like choose partners with discernment. Like, I love it. Like, once birth and death are both a part of life. Once you let one relationship go, the new one will come in. Once you leave that job, you'll be able to get a new job. There is a balance that your body's really, really needing and really crying out for you to hear. It just wants you to be at peace. Because when we're in environments that don't vibrate with our soul positively, it makes us sick. So just seek meaning and seek reason, and just see that you're a very powerful individual. There's a lot of power here. You have a lot of natural strength. And so Ride Ho is just saying that, like, look for new horizons. Start for something new. Stretch. Go for something greater. Follow the rhythms. If your body and soul is telling you to leave, then follow that, because, you know, it's a rhythm. It'll go back the other way and you'll be like, well, maybe I'll need to stay here. And it's like, no. Look for the things that make you happy. The things that make you happy are leading you to your destiny. That's not a lie at all. And if the thing you're going after that will make you happy is hard, that too is a part of it. Don't mistake hard work for not something you love, because the hard work is going towards what you love. Just be present and know that your actions that you're taking are all connected. I think you know that. I think you see that. And it's just reminding you the journey is as important as the destination. So pick a good journey, because pick the right people, pick the right job where you want to go, because I really feel like it's going to pay out for you. there's just been a lot of kind of holding your tongue and kind of putting up with more than you need to. And I just really, really want you to not work so hard. Because I promise you, there are people out there who don't work nearly as hard as you and they get just as much goodness. So it's like, sometimes we're spinning our bike at a higher gear and not actually going any faster. And it's like you got like somebody next to you who's like in a nice low gear and just slowly pedaling and going further than you. So we just have to sometimes recalibrate, change gears literally, and put ourselves in the right area, on the right path. You are magic. You are strong. You are connected to so much goodness. You have so much beauty here and a connection to like the sun and nature, the flow of things. And I feel like you have just been in kind of a heavy cycle, a dark cycle. There's been a hurricane going on inside of you. And I really feel like you just want the sun to come out. You want this fog to clear. So just pause. Look at a different perspective. Know that you know yourself. Trust that you know yourself. Trust when things feel wrong. When the vibe is off, it is. You are intelligent. You are intuitive. Trust yourself. And if you need to walk away from a certain group, friends, job, people who've been taking from you, and it's kind of like in school when there's a group project and you're the only one who does the work. That's you. And that's not fair because you are about to get everyone an A, and it's like, that's not fair. You put in all the work. So I think that's where I'm gonna leave it, pile 3. I really feel like I really hope you are able to check out Mala's reading as well. I just appreciate her wanting to do this reading because it is such an important time, and we're about to head into, you know, in the Northern Hemisphere, we're entering into the darker months, you know. So just know that life is hard, and it sucks that people are going to be throwing punches at you left and right, and it's like you just got to get good at blocking them and defending yourself. But I think you know yourself, and you have some really great opportunity coming ahead. You have a new idea that I think you haven't been able to reach before because you had so many people that weren't encouraging it. So I think you're going to find that person, place, or thing that's going to help you do it and feel comfortable and confident. So pile 3, that's where I'm leaving it. So if you like this message, I would love for you to give it a little thumbs up. And if you loved it, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my channel. It's been an absolute honor just watching my channel grow and just getting to know you guys. So thank you for commenting, and I hope to see you in future readings. Have a great day.